Hi everyone, I'm Kathy from Pixel Papery, and I am here to show you how super easy it is to edit your invitation once you've purchased one from my shop. I actually use the program Cordial to do my designs and for you to do your edits. And it's super easy to use. So let's jump right in and I'll show you how easy it is to do. First of all, when you purchase your invitation, you want to check your email and you will have an email from Cordial. Inside that email is going to be a link which you will click on, which will take you directly to Cordial. And your invitation will be ready to edit. Once you may need to do a quick login or sign up for account, which takes literally 30 seconds to do, and you can open your invitation and start your edits. So quickly on the left hand side, over here in this square, you'll have all your purchased items that you have purchased from my shop. In this particular case, we have the 4th of July backyard barbecue party invitation. It is incomplete because we have not done any edits yet. Once we do our edits and we save our changes, that will change to complete. Here is the Save Changes button, which I'll click on real quick to show you what it'll do. So once you've saved your changes, it will become complete and the download button becomes available for you to download and print. You have up to 20 downloads with this invitation, so that's really awesome. If you've done an invitation and you've just messed it up completely, something is messed, you can revert back to the original just by clicking this button, and then over here when the square opens up, you'll want to hit revert, and now you're back to the original invitation and you're back to incomplete. As you see over here, now your download button's not available until you mark it complete again. Below that, we have a set of printed instructions for you to download in case you just like to read along and not listen to the video. Up at the top, I have named this 4th of July Backyard Barbecue Party Invitation. That's just what I have named it as the designer. The size of the invitation is a 5x7. You can either zoom in with this little button here or zoom out with this icon here. There's a duplicate page button, a delete artboard button, which you want to be careful with because deleting an artboard means you're removing that particular page altogether. In this invitation, there are 3 pages. Page 1 is what we were on, and it has 2 backside options. Most of my invitations will have a backside option that you can use or not use. That will be completely up to you. Then over here on the right hand side is where we're going to do most of our edits. And I just wanted to go over how to edit quickly so that you will see how easy it is going to be for you. Just briefly, without getting into too much detail yet, if you just want to jump right in, you'll open up your layers and you'll click on the layer that you want to change. This particular invitation has text only changing. The graphics are not changing. This graphic is the girl, the 4th of July, the balloons, the sprays on top. None of that is changeable, but all the text is. So if we click on the first box, which is Let's Celebrate, all you would have to do is come over here into this white area, click on it, delete what you don't like, and change it to what you do like. Say we wanted to say, let's have fun instead of let's celebrate. That's how easy it is. You could just go through each one of the text boxes and change each one to your liking, and you're completely done. Finish, come over here, save your changes. It becomes complete, and then you'll download. That's how fast it can be. But we'll go into a little bit more detail so you can see what else you can do. Back over to the right hand side in our invitation, say we want to change it from a 4th of July backyard barbecue to just 4th of July fun or celebration. How about celebration? Okay, so now we have back of July celebration. We can change the font size if we want by again clicking here. The color, you can change the color of the font by clicking in this box here. Click on it and colors show up. My standard colors for this invitation are black and red. You can choose any color you want. Just use the little marker here for the colors, or you can choose this little dropper icon. By clicking on that and going into the invitation, you'll see that you now have an eyedropper and you can choose any color within here you want. If you want that to be red, you can change it to red of the balloon, or you can change it to the blue of that balloon, which is really cool. That's a really awesome feature to have. Then over here we have some spacing options. If you want to do some letter spacing, you want the letters to be farther apart, you can use this icon. I had them set to 10. You can make them closer together. If you want to go farther than 10, you would just click in this box here where the 10 is, and you can make it even farther apart. We'll set it to 12 instead of 10. Again, going back into some spacing options, that was for your letters. This one is actually for your line height. If you want your line height to be bigger, you can click in this box and you can make your line height whatever height you want it to be. We'll just keep it where it was for the time being. So that's a nice feature to have. Then you have your alignment options here. You have three little boxes. We have them centered. You can go to the left or the right just by clicking on those as well. Some style text options which you can play with if you have time. You can change your text to do some different things. You can give them a drop shadow, and there are some adjustments within the drop shadow that you can make and play with later on your own. Or you can give it a stroke. There's outer glow, gradient, curve. There's just different things you can do in there, which some of them are really kind of fun, and you can play with it and see which ones you like better once you get into your invitation and start editing. You can, this little trash can over here means you're going to delete that altogether. So if you click delete, that's going to disappear and it will not be on your invitation. You can always undo if you did something that you don't really want to do. You can click the undo. It'll come back real quick. Then also up here, you can change your font style just by clicking on this little arrow down. There's some font selections that you can also make if you'd like to change the font to something, a different font. We can change it to Alice regular. There's options in there, or you can upload your own font if you'd like. So, and we go to undo and change it if we don't like what we have done. Some more detailed features if you want to add images to the front of an invitation that you have bought. Maybe you bought a graduation invitation and you need to change the pictures to your graduates' pictures. You would use this button by clicking on add image. The box comes up. You'd simply just click here. It opens up your computer. You'd go to where your images are and upload them and save. And now the picture will show up. Thing about pictures is make sure you're on the page you want the picture on when you do your upload. So if you want your picture on page 1, or if you want it on the backside, make sure you're on the backside so that when your picture comes in, it's on the back of the invitation. Um, you can also add a text box if you'd like. You can press the text box button and a text box will show up. If there's room to add text, you can move your text boxes around by left clicking and moving. If you decide you don't want the text box, you can delete that right here. So we also have like a duplicate button up there if you wanted to duplicate something. Let's have fun. If you wanted to duplicate that so that you could hit the duplicate button and another area shows up that says let's have fun. You can move that to wherever you want and change the text if you wanted the same style. We don't want that, we just hit delete in that way to leave as well. Now, if we've done our invitation, we decide that we like it, we like what we've done to our invitation now, we're going to save our changes over here. By saving changes, now our invitation comes complete. And I wanted to show you the download options quickly because there are a couple different ones that you can use. When you go to download and you click on that, you'll get an option, and there's three options in here. There's PDF, JPEG, or PNG. Now, if you're going to take your invitations to a professional printer, they're going to either want the JPEG or the PNG. But if you're like most people and you are going to print them at home, you are going to choose the PDF option. By choosing the PDF option, it's got some features in here that the professional option doesn't have. You can print two PDFs per page, which is really nice to do if you're at home. Just by clicking print multiples per page, this is a 5x7, it fits two per page. That is awesome. If you only want one per page, you would just remove that arrow there in the print multiples per page area. But if you'd like it, leave it on, and then you can go ahead and come up here and print either page one, which is the actual invitation, or print all the back sides. What we'll probably do, since we're going to say we're printing at home, is we're going to print the front side two per page, print as many as we need. We're going to take those papers and we're going to flip them over, put them back in the tray where your paper comes out, and then you'll go to your back sides and do the same thing. So you'll have a front and a back if you choose the back side. So once you've decided what you want here, we want the PDF and we want multiples per page. We will click our download our PDF and we're completely done. We're ready to print and we're done. But if we decide we're going to send this to our printer, we are going to actually do a download in a JPEG. So we'll go over here again to download. And when that opens up, we will change this PDF to JPEG. And the options are a little bit different, like I said. So when you check on the JPEG, it's going to open up and you can actually only print one JPEG per page. But the options that your printer may need are the bleed and the trim marks. And if they say they do need the trim marks or the bleed, you would simply just check on them here. By checking on them, you can see that there are some marks around the paper now. See the little X's there, bleed and trim gives you just a little bit around the edge so they can see what they're doing. And that's probably what they're going to want. So when you're done with that, you can either download each page individually, which means you'll get 3 JPEGs, or you can do a zipped file. A zip file just means that everything is in the same file when you download. We'll download this as a zip just so you can see what it does, but it'll put your front and your backside choices all in the same folder, which may be convenient for your printer. So when you push download your option there, when it shows up at the bottom of your screen, you will see that the folder has a little zipper on it. And that just means there are more than one file within that zipped file. So when you click on it and open it up, there are your 3 files. So that's how easy it is to edit your invitation. You can be done in, like I said, less than 5 minutes if you just wanted to open the invitation up and change the wording. You like everything on it, you'll keep it the same. Or you have all those fun options to change some of this stuff, the wording. You'll obviously want to change your location and stuff to match where your party's going to be. And don't forget that if you have any questions at all about your invitation or how to edit or how to delete something, I am happy to help you. Just get a hold of me at pixelpapery.com, send me a message, and I will get back to you within a few hours, usually, if I can. And have fun with your editing and make it your own.